Hello everybody, Flik here and welcome back to Dark Souls 2 with Flik the Mage. And off camera I did indeed do what I was going to do in the last part, or what I finished saying I would do anyway. I now have 3 great heavy soul arrows equipped, which gives me 30 of them to use. I bought the copy of the spell from the merchant in Iron Keep, in case you didn't catch the last part. And while doing all that kind of farming, I also finally remembered to use the Estus Flask Shard that I kept on saying I'd remember to use and actually forgot. So I now have 9 Estus Flask plus 2s. As I was saying, during that farming I was constantly staring at myself, at my mandrift and my bare legs, thinking to myself, I really actually don't like this armour very much. I hate how it looks. I like that it improves my casting speed, but I hate how it looks. So I kind of went looking for some information on what other sorcery type characters are wearing, and on the Dark Souls 2 subreddit I actually found a post by someone playing a very similar build to me that focused on sorceries purely for the sake of it point of view, and they suggested a armour called the Alva set. So I went and bought it off camera. I farmed enough souls and then I used my supply of Titanite shards to upgrade it a little bit, and I'm going to change into it now to show you. It is heavier, but for its defence its weight is actually really good and it scales very well. It's probably the best light armour in the game. It actually seems better than the farm armour, although I would say the farm armour is more medium. So yes, it does increase my load to near 50%, so my roll won't be as good as it was, but it's still pretty good. And I can also equip a ring to improve my maximum load as well, although I'm keeping the cat ring on because today we're going to go and play in the gutter, so I need my cat ring on. And just to be clear, to get the Alva set you need to have spent 16,000 souls at this merchant here, and then he will have the set in his stock. He'll kind of move to sitting here and kind of looking a bit flashy because he's pleased that he's doing well. So yeah, that's how you get the set. And I really like how this looks. I think it's a badass looking set. It fits the theme that I've accidentally gone with of being like a spell sword, because I do rely on my sword perhaps more often than I should. But with that, I apologise for spending 2 minutes getting kind of bogged down in housekeeping. I'm trying to put off going here, the gutter. The only part of the game that basically requires a torch, in my opinion. Now what's interesting is, I think I mentioned in the last part that off camera I started another character in order to grab some footage of every boss, because I want to do some kind of top 5 best and worst boss list at some point, ideally just before the PC release. Obviously I've got a backlog of like 4 parts, so I haven't seen any feedback as to whether people think that's a good idea or not yet. But still, the reason I'm bringing it up is that on that other character I've actually just done the gutter, and I mean like almost literally just. So I'm very familiar with it, perhaps more than I would have been had I not been doing this little side project. So I know what to look out for, perhaps better than I should. Does that mean I'm going to get through this without dying? Almost certainly not. I expect to die at least once as I make my way through here, either through accidental falling off a ledge or just getting ganked by some hollows, because there is a few little trap bits. Oh, and of course we have the dogs. I forgot the dogs. How can I forget the dogs? These things do a lot of damage if you let them. Now I was kind of hoping they would lock on, my soul arrows would lock on and kill him. There we go. There's about, if I take the exact same route that I did on my other character, we're going to have to deal with about 3 of them, and I'm walking very slowly. Just, who would put a summoning sign here? Are you mad? Yeah, I'm just trying to get my bearings here. I think there's an item in here. There is not. Now there is a lot of these statues, and annoyingly I'm going to have to make sure I break them. Now this is the first bit where there's a very high chance of me most likely dying. Let's see, if we have the torch lit I think I attract the attention of hollows from further away. But we'll do this, we'll protect myself like that, and we'll wait. We'll just wait a second. I'm going to have my sword out actually. It doesn't look like I've attracted them yet, so we're going to smash these, and then we're going to wait again. I'll get my bow. Oh, there's the first one. Right, he's not the one you need to worry about. That's just a bog standard hollow. That's the one! Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it! Oof. That is one of the ones that fall on the floor and cause an explosion, and that explosion that one in particular triggers is designed such that you get blown off to the side. Oh, a sunbro symbol. It's not only is this a really bad place to put a summoning symbol, there's no boss. In the gutter there is no boss. This is oh, hello. Where the hell did you come from? But yeah, there's no boss in the gutter, just in the area that it links into. There is an NPC invasion, although if we'd go the exact same route that I did off camera with my other character, I won't actually hit the event trigger for that invasion, which is weird, but if I can avoid it I'd very happily, because I don't really want to mess. It's a parody or a homage to Maneater Mildred, I think. Right, let's see if we can get anything in here. Nope. Now, is there anything around there that I want? Let me just turn the camera. There's a couple of annoying statues. I think we can go up here and there's a chest for memory. It's always a good idea to light torches like this as you go. One, because it helps you see, and if you do put away your torch and don't have any flame butterflies, it still means you've got light sources. But if you ever run back to a torch, you can light it again. So if you ever had to pull out your shield to defend yourself against something particularly nasty, like for example a hollow coming up the stairs with a torch. That's not really particularly nasty, I was just kind of linking the two events together there. Black fire bombs. Apparently the boss I am aiming for, the second old one of my playthrough, is weak to dark, which I don't think it makes much sense because he uses dark for a start. And I tested that on my other character and it didn't seem to make any blind bit of difference. Now I might get poisoned here, but I should have plenty of blossoms, so I'm not too concerned. There is an item in one of these. Is it this one? Okay, I'm a liar, clearly. We will light this torch. Now generally people, I imagine, will share the consensus that you want to get through this area basically as quick as possible and never really want to come back ever again. There is a reason to come back later on in the game once you have a certain item, because you can actually find Havel's armor here. And once I found out that people had worked out where Havel's armor was in the game, I was like biting my knuckle and just shaking my head and going, oh, because in my review I specifically said there's no armor as good as Havel's in the game because I hadn't found it. And in my defense, it's really well hidden, but still I was so embarrassed when I read that, oh look, people have found Havel's armor. Well, bollocks. And it's still really good. It's still probably the best defense in the game, although it does weigh an absolute ton. I'm not going to use it on this character, but I will possibly go out of my way to show you where it is. Now, I believe this is a trap room, in that when you walk on the old wood here, it collapses. But I do actually want to fall down to follow the same route I want to go. And my phone is ringing, but I'm actually going to try and ignore it. I've never tried that before. Usually I have to do a break, but hopefully they'll just stop calling. It's probably a... oh, I'm not on my sword. That's a bad idea. I don't actually need to worry about my issues either, because, as I say, this is just going to bridge a gap between bonfires. In fact, I think there might be a bonfire right below me. Now, I'm just going to fall in here. Hollows? Any hollows? No. Get rid of that. Now, what do we have in here? We have black fire bombs times 2. Ah, and there's what we want, and we're definitely going to get poisoned here. There's basically no two ways about it, we will get poisoned. So what we want to do to handle this bit is go to my menu and use a... oh, I don't have any better life gems, god damn it. We're going to use this life gem, and also I really apologise for the phone not giving up. It's very... I don't believe it, my jump didn't trigger. I pressed jump! It must have still been doing the bloody life gem animation. Ah, well, given that I just died and that this... whoever's bloody phoning isn't stopping... oh look, they just stopped. If it was someone needing me desperately, they would phone my mobile, so if my mobile phone goes off I will have to do a break. Yeah, that sucks. I tried to do the running jump too soon. What really sucks is that there was a bonfire right bloody there. I won't bother going human yet because there's a very high chance. I'm going to try and rush back now, so there's an exceptionally high chance that I'll fall and die again. And you can actually fall in this room, by the way. That's why I keep on going around the long way. So ideally avoid it. Hello, doggy. I was both saying... that got stuck in the... oh, come on. I have to kill this one because if I'm going to take my time on the bridge, I don't want him falling down behind me and pushing me off. Uh-oh. Yeah, see, he hit me without making contact there. That's another reason they're annoying. They're one of those enemies that do that. There is a lot of enemies in the game that actually function that way, and it's exceptionally annoying. Right, so we'll do that. We'll do that to protect myself in case I mess up, and we'll try and trigger the first guy. The second guy. Got him. Actually, he got stunned by the homing arrows, so that's doubly good. And then there's a dog on the right. Please target the dog, thank you. I knew that jump was going to be the bane of my existence because it's a very risky jump, and if you get hit by the poison spitters on the opposite side while you're jumping, they do actually stun you enough that you can fall off. So it's kind of like doubly irritating. Right, we should almost be catching up actually. I don't need to go quite as slowly as I did last time. In fact, you can see my... okay. Well, that hollow up there just got me poisoned like a dick. Oh, that's where the one with the torch came from. Where are you? Oh, you're not dead. You're not dead. Stop panicking and just kill him. Just kill him. See what I mean about those bloody poison things? They stun you, so if they catch you mid-jump, it's possible it happens as well. But also, as I said, it doesn't matter how many Estus I use because we're going to get a bonfire, assuming I don't screw up that jump this time. In fact, on that note, we're going to annihilate this. I'm going to take my anger out on this dog. Die! Die! Lock onto him! Thank you. And what item did he drop? Aromatic ooze! Right, where's the folly down bit again? Kind of found it by accident there, but that's okay. Right, so this time, let's try and do this right. I want to use a life gem so that it's proccing. And I'm going to wait a little bit now, and I'm going to jump from here. Because I'm really, really paranoid that I'm going to mess this up. And we are going to get poisoned. Oh, or not. Huh. Yes, I know there's a bonfire. Oh, this may poison me as I get past. There we go. Oh, the phone is ringing again. God damn. Okay, it's clearly it's not a call center. It must be someone actually wanting me. So as we get this bonfire, I'm going to take a quick break and then we'll be right back. Right, once again, apologies for that break. But we are back and we got the bonfire. So I'm just reminding myself of what the hell we're doing now. So we want to go over here and break our way into this room. And this is coming round via the easier route because we're actually now behind that fog wall. That's not a fog wall into somewhere. It's a fog wall into this room we're in now. And I want to see how much damage that does. So 2 hits to take out one of these hollows. That's fine, good. And I believe there's some items we can farm out here. Or not farm, collect. Collect, that's the word I wanted. Like, for example, here. Don't know if they're worthwhile. 3 dung pies. Clearly we've now won the game. Now there is a dog on the far side of here. So if I do this, will it hit him as I go through the fog wall? Nope, they'll burn themselves out on the fog wall. Fantastic. There's no real need for me to do this. Oh, in fact, no, there is actually. There's a little side venture we can go on. You dead? You dead. Good. Right. There's... that is not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. Thank you. Take out these and that. I hate these damn things so much. Did I never explain why I'm why I'm breaking these? It's because they spit poison on you, although you've seen me get poison, so... Probably should have explained that before getting started, but I forgot that I hadn't mentioned it before. So we've got a bunch of poison mushrooms things in here, and they're guarding a gigantic insect of some variety that's also spraying out stuff. I'm going to burn a lot of magic probably trying to kill this guy, but no real issue there. So how much does a soul spear do to you? Not hellish much, surprisingly. I don't even know if this thing attacks other than the spray it's letting out, so I'm going to keep my distance a little bit. And get this, and hopefully that locking on will finish it. Near enough. I don't mind burning a few more great heavies, and that'll do it. We also get a bunch of poison moss from the mushrooms, so it's fairly worthwhile going out of your way to come over here. So if you do go the route that I just went and come round via that second bonfire, you do indeed avoid the part where you get invaded by an NPC. I can't remember if the NPC drops anything when you kill it, so I couldn't tell you whether it's worth backtracking, although there's obviously items around the alternative route. So if you are desperate to collect everything this zone has to offer, you are going to have to go that other way. You don't really need to bother. I don't remember finding anything amazing, but I may be wrong, so your mileage may vary, I guess. Now, I can't remember which one of these ladders I want to take down that leads me safely to the next area. I am wearing the cat ring, so that should help, although having full health would help also, so I'll do that. Must remember that I'm not human. You're guarding that ladder, so if you walk down it, you get hit as soon as you do. Let me just see here. I think we can traverse our way from this part. We have to be very careful not to fall too far because we will horribly, horribly die. So basically, as long as I'm going down and not dropping, we're going the right direction. Sort of. So there is a ladder down here, but there is also a bunch of hollows. Can I snipe any of them? Yep. A whole one of them. Any others? I don't see any others, so I should be able to come down here. I was going to cast my homing soul mass before going down the ladder, but I get the feeling it would get stuck. So let's just do this quickly. We'll do this, and then basically come at me, bros. Where are you? There's one of you right there. Is it going to lock on, or do you have to get up first? Oh, there's one there. Alright, he's dead. And there's another one coming around the corner. He's dead. And we'll take this guy out with a sword. That's him done. So I think one of these ladders leads up to a chest. It could very well be this ladder right here, so I'm just going to double check that. Don't think there's any other enemies down there, so I should be safe. Seems fine, seems fine. And it is safe. I can't actually remember what was in here, even though I just did this a little while ago, my other character, but whatever. Great club! Something I'll never use. But whatever. Right, so now we need to go... Where are we? Where are we? There's an item in these, I think. There is indeed. Oh, there's another item over here. Just getting my bearings. Dark fog. I think that's a pyromancy. Wait, no, that's a hex. Dark fog. Yeah, it is a hex. It's one I can use, but I'm trying to avoid that because I'm kind of sticking to 100% sorceries. But it's basically the same as the pyromancy poison mist. So these jars that look a bit different are filled with the yellow liquid, and the yellow liquid corrodes all your equipment and generally is there to troll the hell out of you. So you want to destroy them at range if possible. You can throw fire bombs if you're a melee build. You can throw, well, fire, anything better quality than, say, iron arrows or iron arrows and above. We are going to take some falling damage, but it should be fine. Oh wait, no, I'm wearing cat ring, so basically no falling damage. Excellent. We got a fragrant branch of yore for no good reason really. And there is a fog wall, and you might think, oh, we're about to fight a boss. No, we're not. It's just a fog wall branching the next area, the next proper area, which is called, as we go through here, Black Gultch. And it is a dick of an area, unless you take your time, and, you know, taking your time has its advantages and it has its disadvantages. And we are going to rest to get my spells back, and we're going to stand straight back up. And we're going to start making our way through here. Now, I may end up missing some items with the route I'm going to take through here, but it's also the route I consider easiest. And we're also going to have a run-in with Lucatiel as a result of the route I'm taking. And I should also point out, I am going to follow through Lucatiel's storyline right till her final encounter, but I'm not going to get the good-ish outcome of that, which is a copy of her armour and an achievement / trophy. Because you need to use her in 3 of the 4 fights at least that you can summon her. And she needs to survive the encounters. Now, she glitched on the Flexile Sentry when I was doing that, so I didn't bother summoning her on the attempt I won, so that's already one black mark against me. And she died against the Lost Sinner. And there's also a high chance of her dying against the boss here. So, basically, I can't get the good outcome. Well, there's no good outcome to her storyline. Sorry to spoil it, it's very sad and bleak. But still, there's no good reward for seeing her storyline through now. In this playthrough, it's impossible for me to do that. Now you see these black puddles, they can be lit by fire, and I think if I'm holding a torch, going through them will have the same effect as, say, throwing a pyromancy, or I tried striking it with a flame halberd on my other character. Ooh, seconds away from poison. I might as well use a poison moss to get back that bar. Hit that. So I'm going to lure out a hand enemy that hides in these puddles. If you get grabbed by them, they kind of slam you into the ground a few times if you kind of stand around when they make their appearance. So I'm going to try and avoid doing that by doing this. Alright, that was a waste of soul mass, but still. They don't do poison, they're melee based as far as I can tell. I don't want to have to put away my torch, so I kind of hope that kills him. Good. I only want to kill the one, because then I want to drop down. Is it actually here? Oh, it's right here. Very gently, very carefully. Careful, careful, careful. There we go. And through here we will find Lucatiel. If everything is happening as proper, yep. Right, so let's have a little conversation with her.
Oh, you... my thoughts are very scattered. What is this curse? The question rings in my mind, but I haven't the focus to answer it. Loss frightens me no end. Loss of memory, loss of self. If I were told that by killing you I would be freed of this curse, then I would draw my sword without hesitation. I don't want to die. I want to exist. I would sacrifice anything at all for this. It shames me, but it is the truth. Sometimes I feel obsessed with this insignificant thing called self. Even so, I am compelled to preserve it.
I don't believe it. My phone is ringing again.
To feel so. Surely you do the same in my shoes. Maybe we're all cursed. From the moment we're born. Sometimes I feel...
Okay, so now she's repeating her dialogue.
Maybe we're...
And we can head on. We're going to aim for another bonfire. And I don't think the phone's going to stop ringing. Am I going to have to do a second break in the video? I think I'm going to have to. I'm in a very dangerous place as well. Bear with me, people. There's going to be another break. I apologise. Wait. The phone stopped ringing. The phone stopped ringing. Right, let's carry on very quickly. It never fails. Right, so we've got some problems in the next little bit in the form of giant worms. In fact, you can probably kind of see one poking his head out. I don't actually need my torch out anymore for now anyway, so I'm going to put it away. I'm going to try and drop between these poison statues and hopefully not get poisoned. Oh, well, I almost did. Now, am I far enough away that your attacks won't hurt? Possibly. Let's get a soul mass up. Let's soul spear you, in fact. Oh, you're pretty resistant, aren't you? Let's get rid of you. Right, that's one dealt with. The other worm is actually worse because it constantly tries to knock you off the edge. Although, thanks to it constantly wanting to do that, I actually found a secret area that's kind of where that message is left by a player. I'm not going to do that yet because I'm concentrating on trying to get the boss in this part. We may do the housekeeping next time because it gives you access to a good ring if you're a melee build, and also a key that you can use in quite a few... Get back out here. In quite a few places. Right. That's both worms dealt with. And what is this? Scraps of life. Scraps of life. That sounds like a hex to me, but let's double check. Yep. Awakens the soul of long buried dead. So is that like a necromancy? Well, either way, not something I'll be using. Right, so we do have more hand monsters. Don't really know what else to call them. Lurking in these puddles, but once again we only need to defeat one to get past to another bonfire, believe it or not. It's very close together. This puddle should be clear. Yep. It's the puddle here that has one in it. And there we go. And we might as well use our last homing soul mass on it. Get its attention. There we go. Right, and there is an item in this jar which we can pick up. I may well get poisoned if I just run it at this point. What was that? Oh, look up there. What the hell? What is going on up there? Do you see what I mean? It's like dead in front of my skull now, but if I turn the camera you can kind of see a cage and then there's like a secondary fog wall. I've never been up there. There must be another... In fact, no, I think I have. I think there's a hidden door, on my left. That'll be involved in the housekeeping next time, I guess. I can't actually remember what's up there. Right, so if we go this way, we're going to get another bonfire. And also, oh yeah, I need to turn human as well. Look how many human effigies I have, Jesus. Right, so some of these will be player signs, but this sign here in particular is Lucatiel. So if you are following her storyline and want her to survive, you get it there. There is actually a second NPC summon you can bring into this fight. He's a ranged bow / crossbow user, and he's very possibly the absolute worst in the entire game. I mean, he's god awful. I mean, even by the standards of regular NPC helpers, but if you want him, he's kind of... Do you see where that message is in front of me amongst those poison statues? His sign is right there. He is god awful. And the reason I haven't summoned Lucatiel or anybody else yet, by the way, is because I want to destroy some of these statues first. Ooh, look at all these sunbros. Excellente. Because I made this mistake. In fact, you'll probably see if I end up using the footage in some capacity. I had Lucatiel and the other NPC summoned on my other character, and Lucatiel was half dead in the footage because I let her get poisoned on the way down here. It's rather silly that, and she doesn't heal herself, unlike some, like Masterless Glencour all the way back from then. He heals himself. He uses an Estus. Why doesn't Lucatiel? Why doesn't any of the other bloody... Oh, I accidentally lit that with my fire sword, so there's proof that it is possible. And while I'm clearing a few more of these poison statues, I guess I can go over this boss. This boss is the Rotten. Apparently weak to dark, although I find that questionable based on my own kind of anecdotal practice on my other character. I don't think he's weak to dark. He's possibly weak to magic. I hope he is, because that's basically the only recourse. Has this got anything in it? It seems not to. But if I walk over it in my fire sword, it might light it. Right, so I'm running back to the bonfire now to summon Lucatiel. And then I will... I know I keep on wanting to do the NPC summons, but honestly it's god awful, the other guy I'm talking about. Did I rest at this bonfire? I didn't, did I? So I've got no magic. Does resting restore those statues? I think it does, so bollocks to it. I'm going to use a Wilted Dusk Herb. That should give me basically full spells. Yep, good. Will I use both NPCs even though they're god awful? Or one of them is god awful. Lucatiel is pretty bad, but not massively terrible. I may die, but I have to stick to my principles, and I've been using NPC summons every time they're available. It just so happens this is a fight where there's two. Okay, Lucatiel, you're in. Please don't get poisoned on the way in. If I die, by the way, I'll summon Lucatiel and I'll summon a Sunbro. And then we should get the job done. I worry... I don't even mind if Lucatiel dies at this point, because, as I say, I've already missed my chance of finishing her plot. I really want to grab this other summon NPC without too much hassle. Lone Hunter Schmidt, I believe his name is. Now, Lucatiel, if you're poisoned, I'm going to be so damn pissed. Lone Hunter Schmidt. Alright, okay, so how are we going to do this? I'm just debating what spells to use first. I guess we'll start big and work our way down, although he does start using dark magic more often when he's half dead. Right, you two incompetent fools. Let's go die to the rotten. Then we're going to get a cutscene here. So the rotten seems to be made up of dead hollows. Or maybe he absorbs them, I'm not sure. And he's the one responsible for making all these dick statues. I don't mean they're literally statues of dicks, I mean they're statues that act like dicks. So all the more reason to murder him, really. He is an old one, so he is a bit tough. I think I beat him on my second try on my very first playthrough offline, just using Schmidt, because I didn't know that you could find Lucatiel here. Still tough though. He does have a very predictable pattern if you're a melee build though, and good stamina management pays off. Be very aware of getting stunned, as in losing all your stamina while standing in one of the flame pits around the place, because if that happens, you'll die to fire damage more so than the rotten. That very nearly hit me. Oh, 226. That actually isn't terrible damage. I didn't realise he could move so fast. Could one of you two get aggro, please? Right, let's see how we do this then. Oh yeah, that's right, he throws up also. Because... rotten. I'm not quite sure what triggered that explosion there though. Now if they keep on distracting him, this damage might just be enough, but I want to get close enough that the soul mass smacks him. 100 damage, that's actually not worth going out my way for, so nuts to that. I don't think Lucatiel is going to survive. In fact, even if I spam magic, they both might not survive prior to me getting this guy low enough. He will start using dark magic soon. No, that is not the attack I wanted to do. That's the attack I wanted to do. They're being good bullet sponges though. You can cut off his free hand, by the way, the one that doesn't have the butcher knife in it. And if you do that, he won't do a grab move on you that can be fairly irritating. Oh, dark magic. If you roll just at the right time, you will avoid that attack. And Lucatiel's about to go down, and Lone Hunter Schmidt just went down to standing in fire. Who knew that standing in... You know what I'm going to do very quickly? Shit, not quickly enough. I was going to use a Wilted Dusk Herb so that I would have my Soul Spear back. Oh. Alright, this is going to be difficult because I don't have enough stamina to resist his hits. That's his grab. Oh, out of those. Fine. Ideally I want him to do dark magic, because I can avoid that and not take as much damage. This is going to be difficult. Next time he does dark magic, I am going to use a Dusk Herb maybe. Oh, he can hit you out there. Right, lesson learned. Uh oh, I can't believe that missed me. I'm very quickly using an Amber Herb because I'll get Soul Spears back. You're going to be sick. Good. Soul Spear. Okay, that did okay damage. Use your dark magic again. That's very easy to dodge. Oh wait, do they not lock on if I'm not facing him? What gibberish is this? Right, we should have this. 2 more, 3 more. Uh-oh. You're done. There we go. That is the second old one in the bag. The Rotten is no more. Beat with the 2 most god-awful NPC helpers ever conceived. So we get the soul of the Rotten. We got a crap ton of souls. We're going to eat a life gem because I want to walk over this fire and it's very deadly. And we're going to grab a fire seed. So if you're upgrading your pyromancy flame, there's a free upgrade for it. Well, not free because you still have to pay the enforcing cost, but still. And we're looking for a little cave. Is that the little cave? That is the little cave. Don't run all the way in because on the right here we have an item. And if I remember correctly, this is a, a sublime bone dust to upgrade the quality of our Estus rather than the number. So we're going to have Estus plus 3, which is excellent. And yep, we just keep on running in. There is our primal bonfire. So 2 down. And now that we have 2 down, I think this will be a good time to test my theory. I think if we go back to the Firekeeper sisters in Things Betwixt, they will now give us a bunch of free effigies. So I think it's when you clear 2 out of the 4. Maybe it's when you clear all 4 and you're kind of at the halfway point. I don't know. Still, I'm glad that went as well as it did. It's unfortunate that Lucatiel didn't survive, but I've already screwed up my chances of having her survive all boss fights. It's much easier done on a melee build, I think, because you can kind of tank better. But still, yeah, so we'll go back to Things Betwixt and have a conversation with the Firekeeper sisters and see if they give us some free effigies. You can murder them for effigies as well, by the way, but that will add to your sin count. And now that we've done that, that leaves us with Brightstone Cove and Iron Keep. I think Brightstone Cove is probably going to be the thing I handle next, although we also have some housekeeping to do in Black Gultch. Now, which one of these ladies is it? Not you, clearly.
Do you?
Still determined as ever. Nope.
You must go. Well, but you.
Yep, I don't think I ever spoke to her on camera, did I? She just goes on, she says the same thing, but she's not giving me anything for free.
Now go.
What about you? No. Okay, so it must be the respec one, and clearly I haven't done enough yet. She should give us a ladle eventually, but I don't know how you get it off of her. Maybe you need to talk to her a few times. But yeah, it's a joke weapon, so if you ever want a ladle weapon, talk to her frequently when you've cleared bosses. Yeah, I think that's going to conclude this part, other than spending my souls on some levels. So I suppose I'll have that on camera to finish this part, since people do like seeing where I'm putting my statistics. Oh, excuse me. Also, since I don't need to worry about the gutter now, I'm going to get rid of the cat ring and put on the ring which lowers your maximum load. I didn't actually get that on camera. It's behind a breakable wall that you actually have to hit in No Man's Wharf that I totally forgot about when I was doing the recording of that all the way back. It's in the room near the ship with the 2 orky Viking type guys lying at a table, and there's some poison jars as well. You hit the wall to the left of the poison jars and it breaks, revealing a crystal lizard, a few upgrading materials, a few souls, and also a chest with the Royal Soldier's Ring, which brings down my maximum load. However, I do want to be below 30 ideally, so I am going to have to put some more levels into getting my maximum load up a bit. Oh, also I need to burn the, I don't have any, yeah. I need to burn the dust in the bonfire, which I will do, I will not forget. So I want that to 15 for sure, because I wanted all these at 15. And then I think my idea was get that to 15 as well, and then that's me done. My agility is only at 97, but I'm going to get attunement up to 6 spells eventually, so that will give me more agility. But I do need my vet up a little bit. I think vet's probably going to have to go to 20, but not right now. I think I'm happy with how I did that there for now. It's increased my poise a little bit. I'm not saying that's ideal. I do still want to push my int, maybe? What's my int at again? Yeah, my int's at 42. I'm pushing that to 50 for sure. So if we rest at the bonfire, we go to burn, and we can burn the Sublime Bone Dust. And that is going to conclude this part. Thank you for watching. I hope you're still enjoying yourself. We are getting there. 2 out of 4 old ones killed, and we only have 1 zone between each of the other ones. So yeah, we're making lots of progress. I'm enjoying pushing on. I'm going to leave kind of the optional bosses until towards the end, because I want to make progress. So thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more, and ta-ta for now.